What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going to be updating the wish list guide because we have a bunch of new A level and S level heroes that we need to talk about. And beyond that, I do want to say I apologize for the lack of videos the past week or so. Had a daughter going in for surgery and stuff, so we had some downtime, but we're back, and this is going to be something you guys need to pay attention to because we're going to be going over essentially almost as if you're a new player coming into the game, who you need to put on this list, and also an updated version. So if you've been playing the game, who you should be focusing on here, because this is really important for progression. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's jump right into it. So first things first, if you are a newer player, one thing you should definitely be staying away from for the most part are the rate up banners. And there's a big reason for that and why we're talking about the wish list. Again, if you guys have been watching our content, you guys know the rate up for A levels is just absolutely horrible. 10% compared to going over to all hero recruitment, having a 22.5% to get these heroes. This is why we say always invest in your S levels and your A levels on the all hero recruitment. It's just usually not worthwhile here, but something to know is all recruitment and rate up use the same wish list that is going to be right here. Beyond that, your epic recruitment is also included in that as well. So we're not going to be talking as much about epic recruitment here, but just know if you have A levels on here for epic recruitment, it basically takes them off the wish list here, so you can't get a single copy. Like you see, we have Antandra here, which is an A level hero. We will not be able to get single copy pulls on her on epic. You'll only get the 5 times copies. I highly recommend you don't do that as a free to play or even an older player. But let's talk about this wish list, because right now there are just such a huge amount of heroes in the game, and deciding which ones are important is going to be key. Now, we're going to start off with the Lightbearers as far as the S levels go, because number one, Vala is just such a useful hero. She can be useful even at a single copy, but she can be worthwhile to build up further. If you really want to focus specifically on maximizing your Dream Realm progression, throwing in Tamisia is going to be the way, because Tamisia is just really good against Necro Draken. Beyond that, I mean, Cassidy has some uses. You could put Rowan on here. I feel like Rowan would probably be one of the safer bets, but remember, usually people take Rowan off that banner because you can buy Rowan copies in the arena store. And usually if they're on the arena store, you don't want to waste your up rate on here, but I feel like that's still one of the best. And still to this day, there's really no other heroes that are worthwhile besides Marilee and Corrin for the A levels. They just are the best heroes to have on your account for things like Endless, Dream Realm and stuff. They are the go-to. Now, the Mauler faction is interesting. Number one, I would definitely have Smokey on this list for sure. Number two, I personally really like Alsa. I know some people put like Brutus on there, Lamont sometimes, but those again are both heroes that you can get from the arena store, so you don't really need them from the hero wish list. Reese can be an okay hero, but he's not like the best anywhere, whereas Alsa, especially once you get into the Song of Strife after 42 days playing the game, she will be one of the best PvE damage dealers with Odie, so that is going to be really good. As far as the A levels go, there's really only one answer. You want to put Odie on here, you want to put Coco on here. Those are the best two that you're going to get. You're going to want to bring both of them to Mythic Plus and Supreme Plus maybe for Odie. After that, you can start slotting some other heroes in. Antandra might be your main tank, so you might want to go from some copies there. Soren, even though he's a newer hero, you don't absolutely need him, so I will say that is what I would say a good Mauler team would look for. Same thing over here. You're definitely gonna have Aaron on your S levels for your Wilder faction, because he's just part of just about every composition for either PvP or pushing in AFK battles. I personally enjoy Floribel. I'm not the biggest granny tank favorite person, so take that with a grain of salt. I think Floribel has more uses overall on account, especially in the earlier game. The only other options may be Haywin right here. Haywin is a really good healer. Once she gets to Mythic Plus, she becomes very strong, adding damage reduction to your team. But I do think that is what it should look like. This is where it gets a little tricky. Because there's actually 3 heroes that I want to build in the A levels for Wilder, and one of them is most definitely Damien. Damien's going to help you the most in PvP and some other content. Beyond that, Arden is going to be one of the best heroes on your account damage dealing wise for pushing AFK battles. So in reality, I feel like this is the only thing that you could potentially do. If you need a tank and you really like the way Almas works, especially if you're going for a very Wilder centric team, I do think going for Almas here, I think this right here is probably the cream of the crop. This is what you want to go for on a normal account. It's just all these heroes are so good and you're gonna get so much value. I used to say I'd want Carolina here. Cessia again is one of those that you can get from the arena store, but Cessia is usually your main damage dealer very early on your account. If you're going the Cessia route, I'm not against putting her here into like Mythic Plus. Caroline I think overall is the better pick, and then sadly there's just really no great picks when it comes to the Graveborn A levels. I really hope the next season is a Graveborn centric season because we really need more of them. And I think at this point, this would be the go-to for the hero wish list. I think going with anything else would probably be a huge disservice for your account. And again, remember, these heroes, especially ones like Odie, are going to be your highest priority. So even if you get really unlucky with your rate ups here and your summons here, just remember Dream Realm. The reason why Dream Realm is so important, why so many of our decisions on that wish list are based on Dream Realm, because you get the Dream Realm currency, these Dream Fragments, which allow you to buy copies of A-level heroes. You should be buying out the Odie one constantly until you get him to Supreme Plus. He's going to be the best PvE damage dealer and boss damage dealer, and sometimes even PvP depending on how you build your team. Odie is the go-to. After that, I would probably prioritize Merrily in this list. The only exception would be is if you really need to get your Coco up to Mythic Plus and you really want to push it, then you can go for that here. But those are just basically the ones you want to go for, and that's why you still want to have them on your wish list right here, but there are other ways to also get additional copies of these heroes. Now remember too that one thing you'll get a ton of throughout the game, because we're talking about A levels especially right now, you're gonna get a ton of these A level soul stones as well. They do have every single A level in the game, so you can even get ones like Ulmus, Soren, things like that that were newer heroes. They will eventually come out, so just keep in mind these will be another great source of income on your account. But in reality, I mean, the Dream Store is going to be your main priority. Getting the best Dream Realm rankings is important because not only are you going to get more of those A-level heroes, but you're also going to be getting some other resources from here as well, such as if you take a look at the ranking rewards, you're going to be getting those title essence and maybe even some temporal essence if you can manage to get into the top 100. Those are going to be very important for your exclusive weapons on your heroes. And then of course in your district realm, when the district realm opens for you, if you're in the top 500, you're even getting the Twilight essence, which is even better. And this is why you really need to focus even beyond just the hero copies, because like I was saying, for me especially, I really don't need anything in the Dream Store. Like, nothing is really needed, but what I do need is those essences. So making sure you're ranked very high is important, which is why just about every decision we make on this list right here has to do with Dream Realm. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. If you agree or disagree on anything, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.